Great, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Nick Hudson. I'm here on behalf of the ACLU of Texas in opposition to SB 9 because it undermines due process, the presumption of innocence, and judicial discretion. It would keep more Texans in jail not because they are dangerous, but because they are poor. First, it allows prosecutors to unilaterally prolong pretrial detention by appealing bond decisions and keeping people in jail during the pendency of that appeal. That is too much power to give prosecutors in our state.
Could you move your mic just a little bit?
Yes, please. Thank you.
We want to hear you.
Thank you. Second, SB 9 expands restrictions on personal bonds to broad categories of offenses, including some misdemeanors. And this blanket approach removes judges' ability to assess risk and ensure fair outcomes. One example is terroristic threat, a charge often that constitutes an empty threat and often is used in school-related cases where there's no real public safety risk. Judges already have discretion to deny personal bonds when necessary. SB 9 would force them to set money bail in all of these cases. And together, both of those provisions would impose an absolute bar on release to people who have no money in our state or are too poor to afford the bail amount, while allowing identically situated people with money to purchase their freedom. Finally, SB 9 bars criminal law hearing magistrates from setting bail in certain cases and restricts which judges can modify bond amounts. These officers handle many cases each year, ensuring timely hearings and preventing unnecessarily lengthy jail stays. Limiting their role will create harmful delays, infringe on due process, and result in longer pretrial detention for people who could otherwise be safely released. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Please proceed.
Greetings, Chairman and committee members. My name is Kirsten Budwine, and I'm a policy attorney at the Texas Civil Rights Project, and we are opposed to SB 9. Thank you for allowing me to provide testimony on this bill. Community safety is paramount to our mission, but our current pretrial system is counterproductive to that point. As Senator Huffman said, Section 7 of this bill builds on the personal bond restrictions that were imposed by SB 6. SB 6 limited judges' abilities to grant personal bonds in cases where the accused was charged with one of the enumerated offenses, including some misdemeanors, if they were released on bail or community supervision for an offense involving violence. As a result of SB 6, counties across Texas saw a sharp uptick in jail populations, where the total jail population rose by almost 7%, with some counties seeing a much bigger increase. We are bound to see similar but more drastic results under SB 9 if this becomes a law, because SB 9 casts the net much wider by prohibiting personal bonds for people simply charged with any of the enumerated offenses. As it relates to Section 8, prosecutors are one of the most powerful figures in our legal system. Expanding their powers to allow them to appeal a bail order when they subjectively think the amount is insufficient and effectively keeping people in jail while the appeal is pending is extremely troubling. The tool would effectively override a judge's statutory duty to impose the least restrictive conditions and bond necessary, and give prosecutors the unilateral power to hold people in jail for long periods of time anytime they think a bail amount is insufficient. It is worth noting that prosecutors already have the power to challenge bail amounts by filing a motion for sufficient bail and asking the judge or the magistrate to enter a sufficient bail pursuant to Articles 17093 and 1715 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. For these reasons, we are opposed to SB 9. Thank you.